Everybody. I have been reading tons and tons of books, and for the past couple of weeks, we've been doing, we've changed our lifestyle and have been doing a lot of things differently to try to not only, I know that I've lost weight, and that's great. Um, but how many of you are like, not only do I want to just lose weight, but I want to be a better me. I want to feel better. I want to feel better mentally. I want to be able to focus more. I don't want to have all this brain fog all the time. I want to function the way that I was meant to function. And so I've been reading a lot of books. Of course, I've read The Grain Brain, reading a book called Brain Fog right now, really good read. Um, and some of the things that we have taken seriously in our house have really helped us and changed our moods, changed the kids having ADHD. Me being able to focus a lot more and be able to get multiple things done efficiently and in a nice time frame and remember everything. That's so nice. And me just feeling better. For weeks, even though I've lost all this weight, I still felt bloated and just tired and fatigued and not wanting to do stuff and just kind of battling with that. And then the more and more that I've read about new advances, not really new, in the past 10 years, but just kind of learning more about mental things and just feeling overall wellness, which I think everybody wants to feel. Um, we've kind of stepped back and we're like, wow, this is really legit stuff. And I feel like I need to share it with you guys and kind of let you do some self reflection too. And because I want you to be the best you that you can be. And because then we're all going to be not thinking that, oh my gosh, why am I wanting to do this, when really it probably is a hormonal imbalance, or you need to have more electrolytes, or it's not us going crazy or thinking that we're crazy. It's that our bodies are kind of out of whack, and we need to know how to respond when they start to do that. So I wanted to make a video about inflammation. It's, it's all kind of confusing at first, and then now we're kind of like stepping back and like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. Because at first, whenever we went gluten free, and of course I do low carb, no carb, pretty much, we were kind of like, oh, we're just going to try this out. We're just going to test the water and see if this is a real thing, because it could work, it may not. We won't be losing anything, and hey, we could gain a lot. And so we went to like grass fed animals, products, and our pastured, eggs, things like that. Because if you think about it, and I know that organic is kind of a controversial thing, like, well, I'm not going to worry about organic stuff. That doesn't make sense. And all of this. Well, that's great. You're entitled to your own opinion too. But the the fact is that the way that the animal's processed outside of an animal that, say, is able to roam in a pasture and not in a pen that is fed certain cubes and given antibiotics and hormones to make it a little fatter, a little juicier, and all of this, well, then you're ingesting that into your body. So then your hormones are going out of whack. Your system is becoming unresponsive to antibiotics when you're sick, and all this, and we're like, well, why? Well, yeah, because we're consuming all this stuff. And then all of that causes inflammation that messes up here. So, just to kind of give a little background, when somebody says it causes inflammation in your body, do you feel bloated? Have you felt depressed? Do you feel like your brain foggy? Are you tired all the time? Do you have low motivation, low energy to do anything? So inflammation is our body's natural response to a foreign object, to a foreign invader. So when you have the flu or a virus or a bacteria, then your body kicks into gear to fight off that infection. Okay, so if you are constantly using that warrior weapon inside your body, if I'm fighting all the time, I'm going to get tired and I'm going to break down and I'm not going to do so well whenever a real emergency happens. So then when those things do happen, your system is already maxed out, resulting in high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer. All of these things can be a result from having chronic inflammation for a long time. So, some of the things that inflammation can lead to is, like I said, brain fog, depression, anxiety, ADHD, Alzheimer's, diabetes. And some theories have directly put depression as a result of your system having to fight this inflammation all the time. So you're taking a depression pill to mask the side effect of what's going on, when really you should address the root cause. So just like the kids with their ADHD, so we've had great results. I mean, the kids are like totally different kids. It's crazy. And I feel really bad as a parent because I didn't know this stuff. I didn't know. I just put them on medicine because that's what I was told to do. Not, we're masking it, we're covering it, we're putting a Band-Aid on it, but we're not controlling the reason why it's happening in the first place. And it's directly linked to inflammation in your body. And so, what are some things that cause inflammation? Gluten, processed foods. So I look at it, things that are high in carbs are highly processed. Anything that you buy in the center of your grocery store, not on the outside of your grocery store, your pre-packaged things are going to be higher in carbs, meaning that they are higher in carbs because they're higher in sugar. And it doesn't matter if it's real white sugar or if it's a artificial sweetener. You want to look for a low glycemic sweetener. If you're going to have, say, something in your tea or your coffee, you're going to want to have like a stevia, or a monk fruit sweetener, because the monk fruit has 0 glycemic index, meaning that your body is not going to have to produce more insulin to fight the glucose to balance this out. Whenever you have a diet that's high in carbs all the time, high in processed foods, high in things that are high in carbs, your body is constantly fighting. And then one day it's done. It shuts down. You get diabetes. You can't fight that, And so, it also causes bloating. I mean, I'm telling y'all, like, even though I've lost 157 pounds, I would still feel so big. I mean, just so bloated and And then I have found that I really can't have anything that has carbs in it, whether it's, and so many of us think, well, I don't eat bread, I don't eat pasta. Carbs are in everything that you put in your body, pretty much. Sweet potatoes are high in carbs. Um, Potatoes are high in carbs. They have a high glycemic index, and so you kind of want to stay away from that because your body's going to be fighting that more. And then after it's processed, those things turn into sugar in your body. So it all goes back to how your body processes. And so if you're already consuming, so let's just say I'm going to go out to eat and I'm going to have a big stack of pancakes. Okay? I'm going to have a glass of milk. It's going to be great. May even have some coffee. Okay, so your pancake, we all know, is high in carbs. High in carbs, it's, flour, all of that, which turns into sugar. When your body processes it, it turns into sugar. I don't know about y'all, but I have never eaten a pancake without syrup on it. So I'm going to pour syrup all over that pancake. So I'm putting sugar on top of sugar. The pancake sugar, because it's going to turn into sugar. But I'm going to put sugar on top of that. And then I'm going to have some milk that has been pumped with some hormones and antibiotics. That's pretty high in sugar, actually. I'm going to drink that while I'm eating that. So I got sugar on top of sugar, drinking sugar. If I have coffee, then coffee's actually pretty good for you. Just watch your sweeteners if you do, but don't put sugar in it. So then you're having more. And so then you're feeling tired and you're bloated because your inflammation is up and fighting all this stuff all the time because your body's trying to process all of this sugar and glucose and all of this. Well, then you crash, just like a sugar coma, because you don't understand that all of your food is going back to that. And so when it comes to your digestive problems like bloating, you have to think that inflammation originates in your digestive system, originates in your gut, whether you have a stomach or not. It originates in your gut. And so when that's out of whack, all this stuff's going to happen. So we need to be taking a probiotic. That results have actually, I read this the other day and I kind of found it fascinating because it just kind of goes along with everything that I've been reading. But gastric patients are more successful and lose more weight when they take a probiotic. Okay? Because we're wanting good gut health. Okay? We do not properly process nutrients in our body. They're going so fast through our bodies. We do not absorb and process nutrients. When you take a probiotic, you do. You absorb your nutrients. You are creating a more healthy gut. So we've started taking probiotics as well. We take vitamin D supplements. We take a omega-3 supplement. What else do we take? Oh, we take B vitamins. I don't take a multivitamin because I know what vitamins I need to take. I don't need to necessarily take a multivitamin. So I have magnesium. My vitamin D has magnesium in it so that it absorbs correctly in my body. And we take a gluten-free probiotic. And then I take a omega-3 EPA fish oil supplement is what it is, really. So all of this is linked back to your nutrition and how you are playing into, just because it may be something that looks good on paper doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be good for your body. And I have found just with trial and error, that I have found that keto is the best for me. I feel the best on it. I don't feel bloated. I don't feel tired at 2 o'clock every day. Um, it's really been a lot different. I can't really even explain it. But another thing that I wanted to talk about was watch for the things that are in your dairy products, just like your meat. So there's these things called the omegas, okay? Omega 3, omega 6. And omega 6 is actually the bad one. So if you take an omega 3, which is your DHA, whatever, your fish oil supplement, you're going to knock out one of those omega 6s, which is a bad one, which is found in your um, meat products. Your animal products have omega 6s in them. But if you get organic or grass fed instead, they do not have as many omega 6s. They have more omega 3s, if that makes sense. And your best way of getting omega 3s in is from, and just make sure that you're getting good quality, like wild caught Alaskan salmon, or things like that. So your omega 3s are going to knock out your omega 6s. Well, what happens when you have more omega 6s than your omega 3s? Well, this dude ain't knocking out enough. So you have to watch. That's why you have to watch your dairy products, because they are going to be higher in your omega 6s unless you get the organic kind. That's kind of the only. I understand it's more money. And trust me, we're spending $400 a week on groceries. I mean, it's ridiculous how much we're spending on groceries right now. I mean, that's like $1,600 a month. I mean, that's more than we pay for our house. And so, I mean, it's expensive, I'm not gonna lie, but I want to feel better. I want my kids to feel better. I want them to function better. And so it's just, that's our number one priority right now. So, and a lot, if you are a diabetic, especially the type 1 diabetic, has been linked to having gluten intolerance, meaning celiac, or maybe not as high as celiac, but take it out. Take out the gluten. You're not going to hurt yourself. If you're celiac, then yeah, you don't ever need to have gluten. Then you don't need to have it at all. But if you're not, then you're just gluten intolerant. Then you're not going to hurt yourself. So you can't lose. And I have made wonderful things with almond flour and coconut flour. I mean, like, pretty tasty stuff. I made these muffins yesterday for the kids. Like, they're actually really good, and only 2 carbs. That's it, just 2 carbs. And they were like, even Shad was like, "Wow, that's pretty good." I was like, "That is legit. That's going down." That's because I'm trying for Easter. All of my family, we all get together, and so I've been talking to a couple of them. I'm like, we're not going to allow gluten or carbs. We're just going to try to eat a low carb thing for the weekend. And so I think I'm scaring some people. But I want to show that it's good. I'm not doing without. Like tonight, we're having Chinese food. I mean, it looks yummy. We're having coconut aminos stuff instead of soy sauce filled with gluten. I mean, and it's all vegetables, so it's pretty good. The kids, they like it. Hey, it's a win. So, some of the things that can help with inflammation, I just realized that this video is like almost 20 minutes, so I'm going to hurry up. You need to be taking an omega-3, okay? An omega-3 supplement, or eating fish 3 times a week, okay? So remember, omega-3, fish 3 times a week. You need to be eating more leafy green vegetables, kale, spinach, broccoli, anything that's green. If it's real dark green, woo, do it. I've been putting spinach in my smoothies in the morning just because I know I don't get enough veggies during the day. I mean, I know I don't, you know. And I've just done it to just dark green vegetables, you know, just dark green because they're the lowest in carbs. So throw you some spinach in somewhere. Make an omelet with some spinach or something. Eat some kale chips or you know something. I haven't found. I can't make them the kale chips, but they always turn out real crumbly and nasty. But anyway, beets. Beets are great anti-inflammatory. So good. Have some personal experiences with it. Fantastic stuff. You want to lower your blood pressure? Drink 2 tablespoons of beet juice a day. Whew. Yes, Trader Joe's has the best beet juice, okay? Just beets. Um, Coconut water, blueberries, blackberries, you know, things like that are going to be anti-inflammatories. Cinnamon. The other day I made some coffee and we have a percolator because we think it tastes better. And I have some cinnamon bark. Broke up some cinnamon bark, put it in the coffee pot, got our daily cinnamon intake, treating that inflammation. Woo! It was tasty too. It was pretty good. Um, anyway, oh, and got me some sweet drops put in there. Little stevia drops, caramel ones. That's what it was. Little stevia caramel drops. That was so good. No carbs, y'all. No carbs. Anyway, I could go on for hours about this stuff because I just think it's so super groovy because I'm a loser like that. But I mean, when you find something and you feel good, you want to tell others. So I just want to tell y'all about it. So if you have any questions, as always, let me know. I'm here for you guys. Super proud of y'all. Oh my gosh, y'all are so awesome. So rocking it right now. I'm thinking about all my ladies who just had surgery and sending y'all well wishes. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.